Hey friends, how's it going? Con Gaming here. It's been a hot minute, and I apologize for that. If I panned out this shot more, I'll just roll over and you'll notice the green screen is a little off, and there's some stuff in the back side. That is purely because, well, here, let's just do it like this. I've been setting up a new workspace. This is my new computer I've been building. I have a new YouTube channel I'll be launching that just is like a how to build a computer from a very noob perspective, because I built a bunch when I was younger as a kid. I built the current rig I'm using now last year, and I wanted to build a new one. When I built it last year, I wasn't sure how committed I was to PC gaming. I know, which sounds stupid to say, but I just wasn't sure about it. I just had a kid. Didn't know if I was going to have time. And it's not a cheap hobby, no matter what gamers try to tell you. And yes, you can use your computer for all kinds of different things, but like all of that stuff I just said is true. So I'm building a new one. Also, we're going to repurpose my current build to use as like a shared computer for me and my wife to do some video editing on, local network storage to keep all of our recorded videos, do some editing with it, because Adobe is malware that will never leave you alone and will constantly use your CPU, whether you like it or not. Anyway, so that's what's going on with me. And I also, I used to just have a 60 by 30 desk. I now have an L-shaped desk that is 78 by 80. And granted, like a big portion of that is cut out where I sit, but it's so much more space, which also means it was so much more work to put together. It took me 11 straight hours to put the new desk together, and my wife and I are still trying to cable manage, and like I just have like a cable dangling at my feet at all times. I like bring it in the very bottom of the shot. You can see it's just like it's so much slack that I can lift it up here. I have new things coming for that next week. And if any of you have a job and also game, or like have like a hobby where you like to do a little bit of YouTube recording or whatever that may be, you'll know that you just only have so much time in a day. And so I couldn't have scripted that any better. That's how I feel. I just am really tired. And Black Friday is such an exciting time for me, but I have so much anxiety about like missing out on a deal or having bought something before that ended up being a bad price. That I'm glad I bought everything I needed, but I had to go take some stuff in to go get the price matched for Black Friday prices, and I had to do that in person. Anyway, all of that is like drama that you don't care a whit about, but that's where I am personally. All of that's to say, I'm not going anywhere. I actually have been playing this game more in the last couple of weeks than I have in the month before that. I've really been enjoying it actually quite a bit. I think all of your comments were really meaningful. That, you know, whether I like fully agree with the people who think that the game is in a great spot right now remains to be seen. I don't know that I necessarily believe that. But as I've been thinking about this and just watching this intro video, like I haven't even watched the Eternals yet. You know, I have a young kid, and so going out to watch a movie is just hard. If any of you have kids or know people who have kids, you know that like there's no more explanation that can be given. And if you have them and you're in that situation, there's no more explanation needed to be given. If you don't have any kids yet, or you're not in that state of life, then it's really hard for you to understand. Like I remember when my wife and I were married and didn't have any kids for the first several years of our marriage, we'd always be like, well, let's get a babysitter, or we can come over to your house and watch something or something like that. But you just don't have the time and energy, especially to watch new movies. Like we're still working on our Marvel watch through of all the Marvel movies that we started like 6 months ago. It just takes time. Anyway. All of that said, I have felt no great urge to. It got very middling reviews. I haven't watched Shang-Chi yet. I've heard several people really, really like that. I'm excited to watch Shang-Chi. But when Shang-Chi did pretty good, but not like pretty, in terms of like review ratings for Marvel movies, it got pretty average. And if that's the thing that people like right now, I feel like we're in a new era of mediocre Marvel movies, and people are gonna have light up the comment section every which way on that. And like, none of that's to say like it's a bad movie. I haven't even watched it. I'm not giving my critical feedback. I'm saying that people's interest has waned. I feel like with Thanos gone and them inventing a new villain, as we turn our minds back and have Disney Plus and do watch through, we realize just how many freaking movies there were. And also recognizing that Loki was lights out amazing. I know some people didn't love Scarlet Witch. I thought it was fantastic and one of the best depictions of human grief, especially in like a PG-13 format, in existence. Just like phenomenal acting, like legendary cinematography. The Book of Fett is coming. Star Wars is kind of on the uptick. There's actually some Star Wars content coming out. The Witcher Season 2 is coming out. The Wheel of Time is out right now. And again, reviews can be all over the place for all of those things. Your personal interest could be all over the place. But there is a lot of competition for depictions of the human condition and in like a sci-fi fantasy type of way. And Netmarble, for better or for worse, is deeply connected to the Marvel interest rate, right? To how interested people are in Marvel. Like how much I get to go play and touch and feel and experience things that are interesting and fun to me deeply impacts my love, how interested I am in a specific game. I love Total War games, not just because like Creative Assembly does a great job at the mechanics. They do, but like honestly, somebody else could do the same thing, like a AAA type of title, and I would probably be equally interested. I just love learning about a period in history. Like Warhammer is probably the best Total War game. Like Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 are probably the best like functional video games that Creative Assembly has ever made. But it's hard to rival like the historical anecdotes and research and insight that you get from Three Kingdoms in China, Shogun in Japan, empires and medieval in Europe and the Americas, and especially Rome, where I think like Rome is one of my all-time favorites. It's basically what made me pick my minor in college in classical studies and Roman and Greek history. Honestly, and I talked about this in my video about video games. So there's going to be more coming. I'm going to do like probably at least once a month, if not a couple times a month on like a Sunday, where we'll just do like a video game fireside chat and talk about where the industry is and all of the good things that are happening and some of the bad things too. Like Activision Blizzard is weighing heavy on my mind all the time. And I think on a lot of gamers' minds of just like, how could such a terrible series of things happen and the CEO continue to cling on to power? It's a little disturbing in some ways. So, there definitely are some dark sides. I think, I wish there was like a Ted Lasso coach of esports teams. That's another thing that we could talk about. There's some high levels of toxicity in a lot of those esports teams, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, anyway, we got some good fun content coming at you. I'm going to record a couple of movies right after I record this one. The biggest hiccup is just going to be me uploading all of those at the same time as finishing this build. Once this is squared away, we'll be back to a regular cadence. I have some awesome RGB coming. We'll be able to do some cooler stuff with the green screen now that I have another arm here to my table. I got cam links for my better cameras. We're going to have higher quality on my on my face, which I know you guys love seeing. Lots of little things, lots of big things that are coming, that are being upgraded. So hang around. And as always, please let me know if you have questions, if there's something you're stuck on, there's something you're interested in, something that you're displeased about with my content or frustrated with about what I'm covering or not covering, let me know. But I think there's still a lot of us who really enjoy playing this game, and I think that we're going to be able to double down here when some interest comes back to the Marvel Universe, and they're able to give us a better depiction of the human condition that's more relatable to the layperson. Until then, though, good luck out there, have some fun, keep on gaming. Bye for now.